oscillate between, hello, greetings everyone, Reginald Wallace 3 again live. I'm going to be doing probably like 20 broadcasts today from this mall. It is Monday, December 20th. Once again, it is 12:18 p.m. and it is the year 2021. I'm dressed to impress and I won't claim I'm best, but I come a little better than all the rest. Yeah, so you know, I'm just copping around and I'm hitting it right. So I'm going to discuss again. I'm going to do a discussion on sexual issues, and then I'm going to discussion on the comparison between the pre- and post-apocalyptic Milky Way, the position of our planet, and why it's taken for granted, and why do we do that? So it's something we're going to have to think about. I'm challenging everyone. Why are we so disregarding of this blatant, obvious issue? Okay? So once again, also I'm going to address the sun. So once again, it's in plastic. It's kind of a little blurred. But once again, I gotta take it out. You know why? The gloss, too much shine. Too much shine. I don't like that. Okay, hold on. Sorry, it's on the left. So once again, you can see there's the sun, a star. Okay, so is it pre-cataclysmic or in cataclysm? Is it really the way the sun's supposed to look? Or is it just something that we're being told? Okay, this is something that you need to start challenging. In light of the things about the Milky Way, should challenge it. Is this an enigma, an anomaly, a mysterion, paradoxa, qualms, concerns? Should you have any? Is it inherently problematic or unsolvable? Is it too unfamiliar to ever know? Is this something that the shifting sands of time would change or not change? Is it an enigma, an anomaly, a mystery? Is it a paradoxa? Should you have qualms or concerns about this? Okay, see our sun with our sunspots and a corona. You need to ask yourself these questions, okay? And then you look at this. What you would call the black hole sun, it literally would be basically a cold Ragnarok, super eternal, means it would reign in eternity. It would mean death for everyone. It's like the nightmarish Odin doom, you know. Suns do and can turn into black holes. They invert. It's basically the collapse of a sun that functions on its own strength, okay? So, is this a possibility for our star? Do we know this for sure? And is this something that we affect? These are questions that you don't know, but is this something you should be concerned about or not? Is it an enigma? Okay, once again, mysterion, anomaly, paradox, qualms, concerns. Or is this something you should really think about or not? I'm asking everyone, are you into astronomy, or is it really something that is into astronomy, or is this something you really should be concerned about? Think about it during the holiday, you know? What does this all mean? The possibility of the post-cataclysmic sun that is a black hole sun, like the song by, the Seattle grunge group. Forget the name. A black hole, a cold Ragnarok super eternal. Is it an issue? Is it a possibility? You don't know. So I'm just going to throw this by you, okay? And then I got these here. I got these flipped. I'll flip these in this direction. Now, I can tell you for sure, I know also that this is the Milky Way at the beginning of the creation. It really did look this way. And like I said, it was built to be a sex-love paradise, and our planet was at the center. Now, the question you would have to ask is, if we were limited to never getting pictures of the Milky Way, where did this picture come from? Is at an angle unknown? It's from the top down, okay? We don't see the Milky Way from this angle. We see the Milky Way this way, sideways, right? So how can this be, I'll unplug the phone. We're going to look. How can these two pictures still be the same then? This is a picture of a nebula at the center. And as you can see, much of what was the Milky Way is all black. Okay? Milky Way, 50 million BC. Where are we in this picture? In this photo, why doesn't it look like this now? The Milky Way today, post-cataclysmic. What happened to the Milky Way galaxy? And do you think this is something you should be concerned about at least a little bit? Also, the fact is this. We claim we're a part of the Milky Way galaxy, but we're so far away from it, we can see it, the whole thing at a distance. So how can we be part of it? Okay, and isn't it interesting that we live our whole lives and we don't challenge this blatant concern? It doesn't bother you at all? It's an enigma. It is an anomaly. It is paradoxal. It is a mysterion. The fact is that we don't challenge these things as a question. It's an issue. Why don't we? A blatant, obvious concern. Where did this picture come from? That's what I would have to ask you. Who gave you this picture? So how did we get this perspective of the Milky Way galaxy? Okay? because this is from clearly top down. This is literally a way it probably will look from heaven, okay, like from the heights of God, okay. And once again, this is what it looks like now. The pictures look nothing the same. So as I said, it's a smoking gun that backs up my statement about the explanations of the beginning of the creation and the destruction of the evil spirits with Azazel and the antimatter warhead that was fired into the center that caused this nebula and that destroyed what was this and turned it into that, okay? But once again, the funny thing is, why don't people question this? Like I said, I went through Drexel, super intellectual school. I've been in college 5+ years at Western Governors to get my master's and my bachelor's. I went to school for 18 years, up to high school. Whole life, no one ever challenges this. Why not? Isn't it something you would need to ask yourself? Why do we ignore these obvious things? Well, then what else are we ignoring? If we're ignoring something so blatant as this, what else are we ignoring? No one ever questions this at all. These are the things y'all need to think about. Well, then, what aren't we ignoring, and what are we really aware of? You have to ask yourself, well, then, where are we in terms of perspective? Where is anyone? Where is anyone's head at? It calls everyone's questions, it calls to questions the sanity of the entire human population. Our location, our origin, where we're going, where we came from, in terms of our physical point of reference, everything gets called to question. Because when we ignore this obviousness, what won't we ignore? Okay? You all need to think about this. And it should give you qualms and concerns that we all ignore such a blatant, obvious issue. It should be something that concerns you. Like I said, it's because this is an enigma. Why do these two pictures look so different? It's an anomaly. It is a mysterion. It is a paradoxa. It is something that the shifting sands of time did. Is it too unfamiliar to ever know? It is something that's inherently problematic and unsolvable. Where are we as a human race? We just function in the flow. But where are we? Where are our minds at? And if we don't recognize this, I'm going to ask you again, what are we really recognizing? Where are we? Are we even sane? And what does it mean to be sane when you ignore such a blatant issue that we've all seen with the pictures of the galaxies? You all need to think about it because it's a serious problem. Where are we? We all need to ask ourselves, where are our heads at? Where are your minds at? Okay, what are we thinking? When we miss these blatant issues, it's a concern for everyone as a human race. We're just in this flow of brainless, mindless, but who's what? We don't know. And this is why I'm doing this, to challenge everyone to really confront yourselves and think, because it tells us that there's a serious deficiency in the thinking, maybe not capability, but in just our natural function. We don't flow mentally. It should come out at you like a sore thumb when you see these pictures. I've never seen the statements made. Why not? You all need to ask yourselves, why not? Okay? And the same with the sun. What about the sun? And where are we headed? Are we headed for a black hole sun? Are we headed for a Ragnarok eternity? And have we looked at the sun and studied the science of it to understand its age, where it's going, and know that it's actually stable? Or are we just taking everything for granted? And is there anything we can do about that? Same with our planet. Taking everything for granted. The ability of our planet Earth to renew itself. Okay? On top of everything else. Okay? What do we know and what don't we know? Okay? Not to give you worries, but like I said, you need to have your mind on everything. Not just some things, and we need to take time out to think about the concerns as a human race when we basically ignore blatant facts in front of us and just don't think. Okay, what does it mean? And if it means that, what won't we ignore? And just mindlessly keep moving on, okay? And even get hostile about when you're challenged. What won't we do? Okay, it's a concern that we all need to think about. Okay, thank you.